Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for the season premiere of If Loving You Was Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right. Even though it doesn't go through the whole I don't want to be right thing from the play. But y'all know what it's about. This is season 3, episode 1, and you know I have a love-hate relationship with Tyler Perry and his antics and his shows. Let's just get started. You know, the season does pick up right where the last season left off with Kelly about to be arrested for Ramsey's murder and a gun going off. And, you know, I'm like, oh my God, no, no! Y'all screaming like y'all done seen somebody get shot. It was a little bit weird for me, but I guess, you know, acting is acting. You know, the one cop was holding on the lady's back because it was Kelly, Esperanza, and Natalie. It was all outside. You know, they get in the house and the cop is like, oh, the cop has a gun in his hand. And they like, he had a gun. They're like, who had a gun? Justice had a gun. Oh, so the little black boy had a gun? Mm-hmm. The little black boy, huh? Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna say nobody has a little black boy with a gun. But, you know, Kelly's like, why would you have a gun? He's like, I didn't know what's in the house. I mean, clearly he wasn't taught about gun safety. Because my thing is, if it's a gun in the house, why y'all messing with it? Don't you know not to play with no guns, little boy? Okay? But, loaded gun, kids in the house, it's the recipe for disaster. Luckily, no one was hurt. Esperanza acting on fucking sedity. Kelly, I can't believe you. Why would you have a loaded gun in the house? Blah! First of all, I ain't like Esperanza, I think, since season 1. Because she just irks my nerves a little bit. She's very judgmental. And the fact that you got a baby by 80, you can't judge no damn body, Esperanza. Go ahead and be quiet and go to work and answer some dang 911 phones. But yeah, she was just acting like, I mean, Esperanza was just a little bit extra for me. Yeah, you know, you can't, I'm trying to think how to even say this, because I don't want to underplay gun safety. But this is a goddamn TV show, so I ain't gotta be nice. I mean, she was upset as if Kelly took the gun out herself and then just started shooting with the kids in the house. Should she have had a loaded gun in the house, not in a locked box? No. But Esperanza acting like she has a gun is illegal. I mean, legally, if you legally have a gun, ain't nothing wrong with it. It should be put up. But she kept making me mad. I can't believe how you have one. And I'm like, Esperanza, why you act like you don't know that the boy is crazy? I forgot the boy's name. Travis. The Travis is crazy, and she had been going through things. I mean, it's one thing to say, I can't believe you will leave it, you know, out. Okay, I give you that. But you acting like she has no reason to have a gun in her house. It's crazy to me. You was the one telling her to go get restraining orders and do all kind of stuff to protect herself, but now all of a sudden, because she has a gun, now it's, you know, all bets are off. You just crazy and I can't believe you, and you almost hurt my kid. And then Natalie like, it's okay. No one was hurt. It's okay. And she like, Natalie, it's not okay. Natalie's saying that because she knows she's the damn reason why Kelly had a gun in the first place. Because Natalie didn't have her old ghetto-ass friend bring the gun over there. But I'm still wondering, Kelly didn't have no goddamn money. Why would you buy a gun if you ain't had no money? How did you go to the bank and get some money? Because the last episode, the bank told you all your cars was over the limit. So where you get the money for the gun at in the first place? But that's another conversation for later. We're going to probably never even figure out what's going to happen with that. Because we know Tyler Perry good for just letting the story be opened and just never discuss anything else about it. So, yeah. Hence, Ramsey was missing for a whole season, and all of a sudden he dead, and Kelly did it. Shabbat. So, you know, they end up taking her away because she's arrested for Ramsey's murder. Her son, of course, is all upset because the kids are seeing her be arrested. And he's like, Mom, why you have to leave? And she's like, it's okay, Justice. I have to go talk to the police. I'll be back. It's okay. You don't know if you're going to be back. You're being arrested for murder, girl. You don't know that. But, you know, you can't frighten your kid. You have to let your kid know everything going to be okay. Mom's okay. You know, go with Natalie. Everything going to be okay. And, yeah. So, the next thing that we see is Alex and Brad, they in the house, and they still kissing the last thing on episode that we saw last season. And my thing is, I'm not waiting to the end of that. So they're in the house kissing, and the kids they 2 kids walk in with Esperanza, her daughter. They're like, Dad, Mom? So they come in all, hugging their dad or whatever. And then, they're like, we're scared or something. What you scared for? Because of the gun. The gun went off. Someone had a gun. Justice had a gun. Blah, 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 blah. Brad is like, what? Huh? So him and, Alex is reacting. And then he like, y'all can't go to Kelly's house no more. I can't believe she would have a loaded gun. And again, Esperanza, I know, I can't believe it either. But again, it's pissing me off. Esperanza is a fake friend. Because Esperanza was all, let's be nice to Alex, even though she cheated on Brad. Marcia, you can't be mad at Alex. Esperanza's fake. Esperanza likes to be friendly to who she want to be friendly with when she wants to. Because my thing is, you really acting as if you have no idea the bullshit that Kelly had been going through. And y'all be the first one to say, Kelly's so nice. Kelly would hurt fly. So she had a gun. She had a gun for a reason. And you heard the text messages. So again, why are you acting brand new? Esperanza is really oh my gosh, she hurt my goddamn nerves. But Brad then saying, well, no, because the kids went upstairs. Because they have to have an adult conversation now. So they're one talking about the gun, and you can't believe she had a loaded gun in the house. And then Esperanza's like, yeah, and on top of that, Kelly was also arrested for Ramsey's murder. And they're like, what? Kelly's so nice. And then Brad was like, but she had a loaded gun in the house. Did you know she had a loaded gun in the house? And Esperanza was like, well, no, I didn't know that. And he was like, see, you think you know people. Just because your wife fucked your neighbor and got pregnant and you didn't expect that, don't make Kelly goddamn gonna kill her. Okay? It doesn't. And let's not act like your wife ain't have a gun in her house. Because wasn't somebody shooting before? I mean, Brad, what's up with you, bruh? I mean, did they just change your whole character over the season and we just didn't know? And they like, okay, last season you was gonna be like this. But this season, we need you to be like that. Okay, don't be like this, be like that. And I'm just confused, like, it's just different. And I just don't get how a person who supposedly is friends with whoever, if you are instantly doubting them. And that's what I don't get about Esperanza. Instantly acting like Kelly is just a crazy person because there was a gun in the house. You have a right to be upset because the gun went off and it wasn't locked up. But you can't be like, I can't believe you. You're so irresponsible. You can't believe you. Oh, shut up, Essie. So, even when Brad was saying, you think you know someone, and it made Esperanza think, she then still did say, Kelly wouldn't do that. Kelly wouldn't, Kelly's not a murderer. Because she's not. Kelly couldn't even break up with that boy correctly. That's why she in this dang on predicament now. But, whatever. But, Brad does go into the whole thing of, well, hopefully she has a good lawyer. No, it's because then Brad was like, well, did they arrest her for it? Or did they just take her down to the station for questioning? And Esperanza's like, well, I don't know. Bitch, don't you work for 911? You be the main one at the 911 center on your cell phone, making all kind of phone calls officially and seeing how people should talk to you because you're the 911 lady. But now, all of a sudden, you don't even know if she was arrested or if she was just brought down for questioning. You was a bad 911 operator who worked at the damn police station, who was married to a cop, and your friend, husband, or boyfriend, whoever she is, incidentally, is a cop too. You should know what they said. They said you are under arrest for the murder of Ramsey. Okay? That's what they said. She's under arrest, damn it. But, let me stop being so mean to Esperanza, even though she get on my nerve. But Brad did say, well, hopefully she has a good attorney, because if you're saying that she didn't do it, I didn't kill anyone either, but they still had me down there, because when they had him locked up for, for Randall's kidnapping? And he's like, yeah, I didn't do anything either, and they still had me down there for a long time, so hopefully she has a good attorney. The next thing that we see is Marcy, and she's going to see a lawyer. A sexy lawyer at that. I was thinking like, hey, sexy lawyer, man. He was really cute. I mean, I was like, what law firm does he work at? We don't have many cute lawyers here in Michigan, but it is what it is. So we find out that he's actually an old college friend of Randall's. And she's called him basically because Randall won't sign the divorce papers. And she's ran out of options. So she's like, if I can at least get someone to talk to him and to possibly get him to just go ahead and sign these divorce papers, it would be beneficial for me because I'm ready to get this over with. And so when she tells him the reason she's there, because he thought that she was there to get like advice for a friend or just something else, he didn't know that she was coming down to say, hey, can you be my lawyer because I want to divorce Randall? And, when she says, I need your help to serve him or have him sign the divorce papers, he was like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. We're old friends. I haven't seen him in a while. I don't feel like I can represent you. And she's like, can you just talk to him? Because no one's been able to get him to listen. He respects you, so maybe he'll listen to you. So he does agree to have a conversation with Randall to maybe invite him out to drink so they can catch up and he can talk to him, see where his head is at, and try to convince him to sign. But he then says, but I can't, I'm not saying that I'm going to represent you. I'm saying I'll talk to him. And she said, okay, that's all I can ask for. She does admit to, because he's like, what happened? Can you guys work it out? And she's like, no, we're past counseling. He cheated on me with my neighbor. He got her pregnant. They had a baby. It was really bad. I want a divorce. And he's like, wow, I would never think that. I thought you guys were so happy. I thought you guys would last forever. And I'm like, well, you was wrong because Randall's a piece of shit. But, it is what it is. And so he agrees to help her out to at least go talk to him, which I think is a commendable thing to do. And then a second sexy lawyer walked in. I was like, hey, Zaddy, what's up? What you doing? What kind of law do you practice? I'm like, I'm digging how they bringing these, this sexy men all up in and stuff. But yeah, and he walked in and he looked Marcy up and down like she was a goddamn Snickers bar and he wasn't okay and he was hungry. He wanted a bite. And I'm like, okay, lawyer man, look her up and down like she's a goddamn snack and you was hungry for a snack. And he was like, hello. And she was like, hi, I'm about to leave. Y'all can have that conversation. But he still, I'm like, didn't nobody else see how he looked at her? I'm saying, did she not see how he looked at her? I know, Randall friends should have seen how he looked at her. Because he looked like he wanted a piece, So, yeah. So Marcy leaves when we have that whole scene. We see Eddie is still arrested. Eddie was arrested last episode of the last season. And he's in the interrogation room of the police station. There are two FBI agents in there, and then they come out, and Lucius and Steven comes in. The whole scene with them, to me, was pointless. It was what I hate that Tyler Perry does on some of his shows when it's a repetitive conversation and nothing is accomplished. It's a lot of things being repeated in different ways. It was basically Steven and Lucius saying, haha, we got you, you going down. And Eddie saying, want y'all to submit y'all FBI, y'all ain't got shit, I don't care. Lucius, you not over me. Steven, you a piece of shit, y'all don't know nothing. Y'all think y'all know about stuff, y'all don't know nothing. Or we know about stuff, y'all don't know. It was that being said in different ways. At one point, when Eddie said, you're not above me, Lucius, boy. The whole boy comment, I'm saying, a little bit racist, but it is what it is. But we know Eddie's a racist pig anyway. But yeah, it was a lot of this back and forth conversation. They never admitted they were FBI, of course. They just said they were let in because they knew what was going on and they were able to come in and talk to him. And he's like, I know y'all FBI now. You can't just admit it. Y'all won't even admit who y'all are. And, y'all don't have me. And they're like, we got you on Pete, the shooting with Pete and drugs and all this stuff. They then like, where's Andrew? They didn't just left poor Andrew out in the bayou. He got to be eaten up by gators by now. We see when they shot Pete, it took at least 6-7 episodes for us to even figure out that Pete was still alive. So the fact that, Andrew got shot last season, we won't even see Andrew's body, if he's even dead or alive, until season 16. So, he still won't say where Pete is. He said, I don't know where Pete is. Ask Uncle Ruckus or Uncle whoever. Ask Alex daddy, who he done shot and killed. Ask him where he at. He went up there. And he like, we can't ask him, that man dead. And it was just a lot of back and forth. And I was looking like, the scene didn't have to be that long. The whole back and forth repetitive thing. Eddie not admitting to anything. He's still the egotistical, misogynist, racist asshole that he's always been. And so Lucius did kind of attack him and run up on him like, you gonna admit you did this and blah 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 blah. And again, I'm like, I didn't even need that scene. And Andrew separated them, and then when they walked out, Like, you can't overreact like that. You have to keep your calm. My thing is, if y'all had all this evidence on him, why is he in the interrogation room of the regular police station if the FBI arrested him? Why isn't he at the FBI headquarters? Why? Why? So, and it's just that whole thing. And, Lucius saying how he feels like Eddie isn't, what did he say? He was saying how something doesn't feel right. He like Eddie is too calm. He's too cocky. It's like he has something or someone up his sleeve. And he was like, well, he can't, unless he has someone way higher up that we don't know about. He's cooked. Well, the fact that that there's someone higher up that he can have in his pocket, why would y'all take him down if y'all didn't have everything of all your T's crossed, all your I's dotted? Because Lucia was saying, did we cover all of our bases? Did we cover everything? Because he's just being a little bit too smug. And he was. But we'll find out about that in who knows when. Natalie then calls Lucius because, of course, she's trying to call Lucius because Kelly was arrested for the murder. So he answers, she's like, oh, something's going on. I need to talk to you. And then she then says, Kelly was arrested for Ramsey's murder. It happened here. She was arrested. It's crazy. She was arrested by that cop dude, the one who I don't like, the one who hit the floor. And then she lays into him and say, yeah, I also, it was a gun. The gun went off. The kids were there. Everyone's fine, though. And he was like, oh, my God, that's crazy. She didn't have a lockbox. Don't they have the safety? She didn't take the safety procedures courses. And Natalie was like, yeah, that's where I come in at. She didn't get the gun legally. My friend so-and-so who sells guns, I had her get Kelly a gun. And he like, Natalie, she crazy, she hood, that ain't legal. Well, no, I thought she was legal. No, you didn't. Which is why you called her. Because you knew she wasn't legal. You just thought she was the best type of not legal. Which is, how something not legal, but you be like, man, look. This not, we not supposed to be doing this. But we can get away with it because don't nobody really be looking. That's how it is. Like, I know she's an illegal person who's selling guns, but she's good at it. So you won't get caught. You know what I'm saying? That's how kind of it was. And he's like, why would you do that? It can be traced back to you. Especially if you're the one who, put her in contact with this person. And she's like, well, yeah, that's true. And he like, where's the gun now? They took it down to the station. And he's like, God damn it. Okay. I'll handle it. They be calling Lucius to do stuff like he is their own personal goddamn on Shafts or FBI agent or Triple X or the Fast and Furious cast that can come fix all problems and then make them all solutions. I mean, is he Blade? I'm saying, is he got out here slaying vampires too? Like, y'all have Lucius doing everything. You gotta have Lucius help Kelly. You had to have Lucius to do just so much. Okay? Just so much. And where the fuck is Joey? Joey in prison? Is Joey alive? Like, you ain't even saying nothing about it. It's just so much, Jesus. I just, but it's only episode 1, so I can't expect everything to happen in one episode. So, yeah, he said, I'll handle it. Don't worry about it, but leave it alone. He didn't tell her to stop meddling and stuff. So, next we see Randall gets a call from the guy, Larry is his name, the cute lawyer dude. They haven't talked in a while. They're laughing about stuff or whatever. Oh, yeah, we haven't talked in a while. I thought you were avoiding me. And why would I avoid you? Okay, well, let's catch up. Let's, what I'm saying? How's you and your wife doing? He like, I don't want to talk about it. Oh, well, let's have drinks. We can meet up, catch up for old times and talk about it. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. He like, well, still, let's have drinks. So Randall agrees to have drinks and everything. But my thing is, I think something up between them. I'm like, is it going to be like a gay thing? Like, did they kiss one time? And that's why it was like, it was just some kind of awkwardness between them. And I'm like, it's the reason why they haven't talked in a while. And it seemed like it was more than just, two friends being busy. That's just my personal opinion, but we shall see. So, he like, all right, we'll meet up at whatever little bar. Next, we see the mailman pull up. And I'm like, why Randall look at the mailman like he stole his check? And he like, hey. The mailman called like, hey, Mr. So-and-so. He like, yeah, hey, you the mailman over here? He like, yeah, I've been the mailman for the past couple years. Mr. So-and-so. Oh, you know my name? He like, yeah. I've been the mailman for 3 years. I've given you your mail in your hand. I'm the neighborhood mailman. He like, oh, so you know my neighbor too? And he's like, yeah, Mrs. So-and-so. Talking about Alex. Yeah, she's a very nice woman. And he like, oh yeah, is she? He like, yeah, she give me cookies every Christmas. He like, oh, you had her cookies? He like, yeah, they're very delicious. Randall, why you fucking with this goddamn mailman? And the mailman is just really talking about cookies. This cookies. And Randall like, yeah, she be giving her cookies out to all the black men. She makes special cookies for all the black men. And he like, we talking about pastries, right? And he like, yeah. So, has she ever invited you over? How old are you? And I'm like, it's the mailman. I know people. It was just Randall is going crazy because he found out he ain't the daddy's that dang on baby. We'll figure out how that happened too. But we like, have she ever invited you to her house? And he like, what do you? I'm just the mailman. I don't know what you're talking about. He like, let me just be frank with you. Have you ever slept with her? And he's like, I'm a happily married man. I've never slept with her. She's never invited me in the house. No. And he's like, well, you just never know. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you know what, Mr. So-and-so, I gotta go do the mail. I gotta go. And then he leaves. Randall is losing his goddamn mind. The point blank period, ain't no other ways around it. But he like, I'm like, when you questioning the older mailman, like, how old is you? Like, I'm 52. But I'm like, Randall. Oh, he gets on my damn nerve. So, the next thing that we see is Brad and Alex in the house, and they're having a conversation. This is where I say, I'm confused. Because last season, Brad was trying to be with Marcy. He liked Marcy. He was torn between Marcy and Alex. I guarantee that. But I'm like, they in the house sitting around talking, and she like, I'm so sorry for what I did to you. It was the biggest mistake of my life. I'm such a horrible person. I can't believe what I did to you. You didn't deserve it. And he like, you're not a horrible person. You just made a mistake. She was fucking your neighbor over and over in the shed of your house. A mistake is if you want some orange slices and you get red slices instead, because it was a mistake in what you did. A mistake is when you go to the gas station and you try to hit unleaded and you accidentally hit super. A mistake is when you accidentally drop the soap in the shower. That's a goddamn mistake. You can't accidentally, continuously fuck your neighbor in the shed behind your husband's back and then get pregnant by him. That ain't. I don't care. I've always said there's a difference between a person being a cheater and a person who cheated. Alex was a cheater. She was cheating on her husband. She didn't cheat one time and, oh my God, I can't believe I made that mistake. Now, had that been the thing, and he said, you made a mistake, I would say, he right. Mistakes happen. No, she was continuously fucking that man until she got pregnant, and then she wanted to cut it off, and then he went crazy, and now y'all in this whole predicament. But, she like, he's like, you're not a horrible person. She said how sorry she is, how she wished she had never hurt him like that. He didn't deserve it. And then she's like, I just miss you. I miss you every day. I miss you all day. I miss you when I'm in the shower. When I'm in the shower, I can smell you. And I'm like, if she's singing Babyface, I only think of you on 2 occasions, and that's day and night. I mean, like, day and night, thing about him. You know what I'm saying? All is what I kept playing in my head. And you know what I'm saying? She's like, I miss you. I miss you so much. And, he was like, I love you. What? Brad? When? How? And then she's like, I love you too. And then they start kissing. And he like, we should try to work it out. We can take it day by day, but I want to work it out with you. And, you know what I'm saying, they're hugging and kissing and stuff. And then she's like, well, when I'm going to see you again? She's like, you know what? Don't answer that. You have a key. The locks haven't changed. You can come home whenever you're ready. And then, you know what I'm saying, he kissed her again and he leaves. But I'm like, when did Brad get back on the tip of him forgiving Alex? And I say that because Brad was just trying to fuck Marcy last season, and that's in Tyler Perry days. That was 2 days ago. Because Tyler Perry episodes and seasons is like a day. So last season was literally 2 days ago, if that. So you was just trying to fuck Marcy 2 days ago, and wanted to be with Marcy 2 days ago, and now you back in love. I mean, I just don't get how you already forgave your wife when just 2 days ago you were still pissed. Just 2 days ago, you was telling her you can't be with her because of this baby. You can't live with her because of this baby. And now all of a sudden, you accept the black baby and you want to be back with her. And I'm like, I'm like, did Brad's character change? And I just don't know. I just don't get. I think there should have been progression to him forgiving. And people will probably say, well, remember when he drove up there for her, and when the mama tried to drop the baby in the water, he swam out and saved the baby. But I'm like, that's because Brad is just a nice person. But I'm like, the whole thing of, because he kept saying how he couldn't do this, he couldn't forgive her. And again, that was 2 days ago. 2 days. And now all of a sudden, he's in love with her. He said, no, I love you. I want to work it out. And I just wish it was more of a progression to that, to them getting to that point. Then that's the beginning of this episode. So anyway, when he leaves, my hair is falling on my neck and driving me crazy. When he leaves, Randall must have a sensor to notify him whenever someone is like leaving the house, because the same time that Brad is leaving the house, a sensor or alarm went off in Randall's house, and he went outside, and sure enough, Brad was leaving. He's like, hey, oh, you forgave her already? You're back with that whore? Did you forget we were together and we were doing stuff? And you know that ain't my baby. She's a whore. But I'm just gonna be here, driving y'all both crazy, torturing y'all, making your lives live in hell. And Brad is ignoring them and he pull off. But again, Randall crazy as fuck. And I'm just like, how y'all didn't kill Ramsey, but Randall out here walking around all free and nilly and all acting all normal. So I just call it bullshit. The last scene is Kelly, and she's locked up. No one's in there. She's like, can someone tell me something? She's in the interrogation room. And, Lucius walks up, and he's trying to talk to the guy who arrested her. And he's like, you need to talk to the DA. Some kind of way, Lucius go into the interrogation room, and he's kind of like, I don't know what's going on, Lucius. Like, yeah, I don't either. What happened? They arrested me and said I killed Ramsey. I wouldn't do that. And it was the whole thing of her not knowing why she was arrested, what evidence they had. Lucius also don't know what evidence they had, and he's telling her. And I'm like, damn, did they even read her rights? I can't remember. But what else? She then goes and says, I think Travis did this. And he was like, I don't know. Travis don't seem that smart. And she's like, yeah, but he just stupid enough to try this. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't me. I didn't do it. And he's like, I know you didn't do it, but we have to figure out, he like, it must have some kind of evidence on you to arrest you and bring you down here. So you need to figure out what that is. And at that time, I guess it's the DA lady. She's a black woman. And she come in and she asked Lucius to leave. And he like, can I talk to you outside? And she was like, no, but you can leave. And I'm looking like, okay, lady, you don't want to deal with Lucius? Okay, I get it. And then Kay like, no, I want him to stay. And she's like, well, he can't stay. And she's like, well, I need to know what's going on. She's like, I'll tell you as soon as he's on the other side of that door. So Lucius walks out. The lady then says, you are under arrest for the murder of Ramsey. She's like, what are you talking about? I didn't do this. And she's like, we have a 911 tape with you on it. And she's like, what? They then play a 911 that Ramsey made, and it's Ramsey saying he's just been stabbed, I sent help, oh my God. Then you hear him saying, Kelly, please, no, Kelly, no. But my thing is, it kind of sounds like Travis. It almost don't sound like Ramsey. And he not saying, Kelly, please don't stab me. Kelly, please stop murdering me. I'm like, but again, this is bullshit. But again, that's the evidence they have. They have the 911 tape of Ramsey saying, I've just been stabbed. Please send help. And then he said, Kelly, no, Kelly, no, Kelly. As if she's the one doing something. But and I guess that's the evidence. And she's looking at the phone like, what the hell? What? And she's like, now how you going to explain that? And I mean, I would be like, I'm not on there. You don't have me on tape killing him. You know what I'm saying? You don't have me on tape saying, die, Ramsey, die. But I'm thinking if someone is being stabbed and they say no and they say someone's name, is that enough evidence to arrest someone? That's my thing. I'm like, I thought they was going to say they had like a knife with her fingerprints on it, or they was going to have her, maybe they would have her DNA under his nails or just something. But I'm like, I don't get if that's a big enough piece of evidence to say she killed him. Just because he said because he didn't say I was stabbed, Kelly stabbed me, Kelly please no. He said please help, please come, I've been stabbed, oh my God, I've been stabbed. Kelly no, Kelly no. He probably was saying Kelly no because Travis was probably saying I'm gonna go kill Kelly next. It's probably the reason he was doing it. And that's how the episode went off with, you know, her hearing that and her being kind of in shock because she's like, I don't know where it came from. So, yeah, we see previews for the upcoming season. You know, everyone is in the same clothes. So I'm guessing it's going to be one long ass day. Just like, you know, the season before last was, which is going to drive me to hell crazy. We do see that Marcy goes out with Lawyer Boo. Hey. Or she at least meets him somewhere. We see a couple different things. We see that Eddie's still in the goddamn interrogation room. So, you know, let's hope this season is a great season. Let's hope there are no stagnant storylines. And let's hope this season is not one whole day. But I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. And that was my review for If Loving You Was Wrong, Season 3, Episode 1. I will see you guys next time for the next review.